Yo, what is it? You already know what it is, man. This is your man, LaVon, you dig? Just coming back on your Wednesday morning with your Wisdom on Wednesday, you dig? And plus, you know what day it is. Hump day! Yeah, you know what it is. Man, we're at the top of the hill. The rest of the week is all downhill, you feel me? Today's topic, we're going to talk about 5 things to consider, you dig? God gave me these 5 things to consider, and I just want to share them with y'all on this Wisdom on Wednesday so you can have something to chew on throughout the day, you dig? All right, so let's get it. Yo, but before we get into today's video, please remember to share this video, man. Like this video, you know what I'm saying? Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload content, you dig? It helps the channel grow and it helps to get the content out to more people, right? That's our goal on this channel. Love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and enlighten, all right? So you do your part, you dig? Because I'm doing my part. All right, let's get into the video. All right, man, first thing to consider, right, is consider what you have, right, and they that don't, okay? Because you're yet complaining about having. You know what I'm saying? Consider what you have, and they that are around you, they that are out there that don't have what you have, because yet you're still complaining about what you have. Consider that, right? Consider point number 2. Consider your time of testing, you dig? Lean on faith, and faith linked on, you feel me? Standing not on the past, okay? Consider your time of testing when it's your season to go through, you dig? Lean on faith, lean on it. You know what I'm saying? And faith linked on, okay? Not standing on the past, right? What's the point of standing on the past when it didn't get you nowhere before? But leaned on faith, you know, faith that's leaned on, instead of you trying to stand up on your own, but you decide, you know what, I'm gonna be smart and I'm gonna lean on faith because I can trust it. I can lean, I can rest on faith, right? Or faith that's linked on. Not standing on your past, you feel me? Consider the less fortunate with little, all right? For they make much and they're wiser because of it, right? That's point number 3. Consider those that are less fortunate, right? Because with little, they make much and are wiser because of it. You know, people that are less fortunate, homeless, on the street, you know, struggling, they scrapping, you know, they grinding, they hustling to get it, to survive. But they less fortunate. They really don't have a lot. You know what I'm saying? They dumpster dive and they got their carts full of stuff, but with that little bit of stuff, they can make a whole house. They can set a whole spot, you know what I'm saying? They can make a lot out of a little bit, you dig? They can make much with little. And because of those harsh situations, because they've had to learn to make a lot out of little bit, they become wiser for it. They become wiser in life. They become wiser in what they need compared to what they don't need. How to use things compared to how not to use things, you know. And it helps them mature in wisdom that they can apply to life. You dig? So, those are the less fortunate with little, they can make much and do a lot, right? And they're wiser. Point number 4, right? Consider the whispers of sweetness and how they resonate, right? Over fear, over the loudness of doubt, right? Consider the whispers of sweetness and how the whispers of sweetness resonates. It lasts a long time. It has staying power, right? The whispers, it's not forceful, it's not down your throat, it's not loud and boisterous, but it's a whisper. It's sweet, right? It's welcoming, it's calming, it's loving. That whisper of sweetness will resonate far longer, and it will outlast, right? Over fear and over the loudness of doubt. You know how doubt and fear can play on a person, right? And have you twisted. And a lot of people say, well, I ain't fearful. But yet, I guarantee if they're honest, they're dealing with doubt, right? So, consider the whispers of sweetness. When you're sweet and you whisper sweet things, how that will resonate way longer than fear and doubt and the loudness of doubt. You know how doubt can be so loud in your mind to where you be like, I just need some peace and quiet. I can't even think. I can't even hear myself think. You know how we say that a lot? Can't hear myself think. It's because doubt is resonating so loudly, right? But the whisper of sweetness, how it resonates. Consider that. You dig? And point number 5, man. Consider your gain in a harsh winter. You feel me? Consider your gain in a harsh winter, right? The excitement fertile soil brings. You did? Consider the harshness of winter. You know how harsh a winter is? You know, when you're trying to, you can't plant in the ground because the ground is all hard and cold and frozen and it's harsh, right? It's a rough, harsh winter. But the excitement that comes from fertile soil, right? You think about the winter, it's harsh and the ground is hard and I can't plant and it's cold. But when you think about the fertile soil that's going to come from the harsh winter, all that fresh dew and that fresh ice, when it starts to melt and it's fresh, it's not tainted, it's not dirty, it's fresh ice. And when it starts to melt, how it's gonna bring a fresh moisture of water to the soil, and it's gonna regenerate the soil, and how you can get excited thinking about that fresh soil. Why? Because that's going to be the best soil. It's set all 2-3 months of winter. And now when it's time to plant, it's going to be the best soil. Why? Because it's fertile, it's rich, and it's fresh. You dig? So just imagine how much excitement seeing fresh soil brings. You feel me? Those are the 5 points, man, I want y'all to consider. But I also have a question for you, dig? And the question is this. What loss? Tell me, what loss have you suffered for his sake? Right? What loss for his sake? Through extreme suffering that is worth the exceeding gain of you. What loss have you went through for Christ's sake, for his name's sake? I'm not talking about you making a bad decision. I'm not talking about you being blindsided or you being caught up in some foolishness. I'm talking about for his name's sake that you have suffered great loss, not just through suffering, because we're called to suffer. If we're going to reign with him, we got to suffer with him, right? But what great loss have you suffered for his name's sake, right? What have you suffered that's an extreme great loss for his name's sake that has exceeded the gain of you? In other words, what have you gone through that's of such extreme measure that it's going to exceed what it is you're going to gain in the end? I'll wait. Because there's only so many Jobs out there. You feel me? It's only so many, even though Job went through for Christ's sake. But, you can't really include Samson. Samson went through because of his own. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Job went through. He did nothing. It was no fault of his own. But he went through for Christ's sake, that God would be glorified, right? But even in his going through, even in his great loss, it did not exceed what he was to gain in the long run. His great loss at the time did not exceed what he was to gain in the long run. So the question is, what loss for his sake through extreme suffering exceeds the gain of you? You dig? Yo, this has been your Wisdom on Wednesday, right? Your 5 things to consider. Resonate on these things, chew on these things, think on these things, wrestle with these things. Let these things take root in you. You dig? Yo, this is your man, Levon. This is Levon Says, your Wisdom on Wednesday edition, early morning segment. You dig? Give this video a like, share this video, and subscribe to the channel, man. This is your man, Levon, and I'm out. One love. Don't forget,